Today we're going to keep pressing on with making the cooling features for the seats. I went and was able to obtain some new fans that I think are going to work a little bit better, so that's where we're headed. Before I was overcomplicating things, I was trying to use a squirrel cage fan, make ducts and all kinds of stuff on an already complicated task. So going a different route, got some different fans. That's just a computer fan, for like an old school desktop tower. That just sits in the back. So what we're looking at is I got two of these. I'm going to hook to the framework here, and that'll come right through the bottom of the seat into these squares. So we're going to cut holes through there. It'll go right to the fan, and that'll just go straight into the seat. Where we cut the holes, we're going to put the open cell foam, which will allow the air to blow right through up into the new pieces we have there, which should really simplify things for it. So I think this is a better way. First thing that I'm going to go and tackle is getting the fans mounted onto the seat frames itself. There's already a couple holes right there that I can just kind of widen out, and that will provide good airflow there for it. Once I get those mounted, then we can cut the seat foam. Before we go drilling the holes, I gotta say sorry. A couple months back, I was fighting with drill bits and somebody said to sharpen them. I didn't think you could sharpen these garbage bits. I was wrong. It turns out I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, newsflash there. But I was talking to the mechanic at work, and thankfully I have people like him in my life that pass their knowledge along to me. Because I was telling him how I kept burning up bits, and he explained to me how I was using them incorrectly and burning them up. He also told me how the bits I have aren't as junk as I claim they are, that they can actually be sharpened, and if used properly, they'll work a lot better. So I brought them into work and used his drill doctor on them, and wow, what a difference. So I could have went back and looked up who said that and shouted them out, but I'm not going through that much trouble. So, hey, you were right. Moving on. Holes are drilled. Mechanic might be onto something. It did cut better. Took way longer. That's why I never did it that way, but saved the bit. So slow and steady. It's my fan. Coming right along. Those mount pretty good right there. Went ahead and notched some spots out there for the fans. Figured out a cutting wheel is a lot less messy. And now we just got to figure out how to do the holes. I am going to go and use some more open cell foam, so that'll get glued back in there. So whatever shape we cut the hole, we're going to have to cut the same shape out of this. So I don't want to make it too ridiculous. And I want to make it smaller than what that is, because it's just going to, that's it. It's going to be smaller. So the one thing I've thought about here, what would be a nice consistent hole that I can make through there? Nothing pisses me off more than this hole saw, so let's go that route. and see if we can't chew it up with air. Holy cow, that worked. That took nice perfect holes. I take back what I said about that hole saw. I'd like it in foam and hate it in everything else. I just put that in there, ran it backwards, bam, bam. All right, that made that hopefully a lot easier, because now I've got a plug that I know exactly how thick the foam needs to be, which that's not thick enough. But I know how big around my pieces that I got to make fit back in there. Slice that down with the knife. New piece, glue it in. Boom! You ever have just a harebrained idea that, hey, you know what, I'm going to do something ridiculous? It might work. Well, that's what I've had with this seat cooling idea. Up until this point, I've been like, man, I don't know. This might work. But now we're at the point that I think this is really going to work. So, only thing I got left to do is glue all the foam together. And then I think this is going to work. So, let's glue it up. Glue's dried. Smells amazing in the garage. Let's slap it together already. Got it all glued up. Time to test things out. Spoiler alert, it works. But how to convey to you guys that it does actually work. When I turn the fan on, I can definitely feel air blowing through there. Once the skin's on there, you know, that'll transfer it completely down through all of the open foam. That'll work great. Let me show you. Well, I've got one thing left to do. Hop my bony ass up on this and see if I can feel the fans in there. And we're good. That seat feels just the way that it did before, which that's what we were looking for. One other thing that I've been talking about here is how we are going to use this as the vent. It's pretty much just going to bolt back in like it was. We're going to drill a few holes in there and get a screen, like I said. I haven't found the screen that I'm looking for just quite yet, so we're going to hold off on that. When we get to that point, we'll probably just do all four, because we'll have 2 in each bottom and 2 in each back. I got to get some more of these grills to try and make this for the back, because the back didn't have it. There was only 2 latches there, but I like to keep it the same, and we'll get that working. We didn't wire anything up today either. We're still going to do that down the road. So this is going to do it here for today. Next time we're going to continue to work on the seats. Like always, thanks for coming back and watch the videos. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought of today's work. We'll see you next time.